Nothing like a good old-fashioned grudge match to start off the day here. Two teams, one old rivalry.
CLG versus TSM. It's the battle of the oldest rivalry
in basically League of Legends history.
They just have TSM's number.
God, I hate losing to CLG.
What makes them so easy for you guys?
They're just free SM, you know?
The left
Kid
corner
is naked.
It's taking so much damage. The end goes in. He finds Wild Turtle. Wild Turtle goes down. Double kill. Triple kill for the end. Counter Logic Gaming in 60 minutes. The minions backdoor the base.
What brings out the rivalry is the people around it. Hotshot and Reginald, like they've been bashing heads since forever.
I made TSM as the sole purpose of beating CLG, and you know what? It worked. Keep it simple, keep it clean. Whenever we play them, it's free. Free LG.
When people say free LG, I don't give a shit. To go to bed tonight thinking I lost to TSM, I don't want that to happen.
Hotshot hasn't been sleeping for the last 3 years, so he's used to it.
It's time for CLG's golden age.
So what would you say?
Welcome everyone to the North American LCS, coming to you live from our studios here in Los Angeles, California. Pumped up crowd today. We've got a sweet lineup of games coming your way, and of course we had a few cosplayers waiting in line, looking to cheer on their favorite teams. And if you wondered what retired jugglers do on game day, well, it looks like they tailgate. Yeah, Crumb's there having a good time enjoying himself. And then of course we've got fans waiting into today's big rivalry match, showing their colors. It promises to be an exciting day. Hello. I'm James Dash Patterson, and to kick off our day, we've got Sam, Kobe, Hartman, Kensler, and two very special guests, owners of CounterLogic Gaming, HotshotGG, and Team Solo Mid, Reginald. Welcome to the desk, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, well, take a screenshot now because one of these guys is destined to have a new color of hair in the near future. I want to start off straight away with that anyone that's followed the NALCS knows about the storied rivalry of CLG and TSM. But I want to hear from you two, you know, the beginnings of it all and what it means to you. Hotshot, we'll start with you.
I mean, me and Reggie kind of had a rough start, I guess. We didn't really get along, and it kind of like, it influenced our teams. And like our teams started to have like these big clashes, and we've always been like head to head. So it's kind of carried on. Like even now, like Doublelift doesn't really have a great relationship with anyone on TSM, but all the other teams he does. So, I mean, that's what it is.
Is that consistent with your story, Reginald?
It's pretty consistent, mainly because, you know, ever since the off season, or the very beginning since season 1, right, preseason, we were always really, really competitive. You know, since the time of the ladders, and so we were always battling for rank 1, and we'd always, you know, just talk crap about each other all the time. I mean, just purely for fun, but also, you know, there was like a huge rivalry at that time too. And I even played on CLG at one point, and then, you know, I quit CLG and made a team just to beat them. And so, I mean, a big part of TSM was about, you know, making a team to beat CLG. And so the rivalry is huge.
Now, there's been no shortage of hype around this match, clearly, going into today. But there was a tweet from Doublelift that came out earlier, and it says, you know, I wish there was more pressure on today's game. Nobody's talking about it. Clearly sarcastic there, but as owners, how do you guys approach helping your teams cope with the amount of pressure and hype that goes into a regular season match like this?
I mean, for my perspective at least, I don't want to put any pressure, because we've only lost one game, and that's with a sub. So technically our roster hasn't even lost yet. So why would I change anything? Why would I influence them in any way? So I'm just like letting them.
Well, technically your roster
back.
has lost, or your team has lost.
Well, my team has lost, but not with our full roster. So
I like it, Reggie.
In terms of this match, it was a little different on mine. I'm like, guys, we better not lose this match. I do not want pink hair. And a big part of this, it wasn't because I wasn't confident to bet Hotshot at the very start, but I just absolutely didn't want to bet him because I didn't even want to have like a 1% chance of having pink hair. You know, so you know, having this bet he's huge, right? Because it's kind of embarrassing, to be quite honest. You know, walk around with pink hair. But, you know, I talked to my team last night. I'm like, hey, win or lose, it doesn't really matter. Just treat it as a normal match. My tone was a lot different a week ago, of course. So, you know, I think that we're going to come in strong. I think that sorry, George, but we're likely going to win, just like every other time. So
Don't be sorry. Don't be sorry about that.
I'm sorry because as much as like things are trying to be hyped up, like I think that we're going to win. So I think it's going to be a tough match overall, mainly because CLG is looking a lot stronger this season, of course. But we're looking sharp, and I think that with all the changes we made, I think that we're going to take the game pretty easily.
Yeah, that is something I want to touch on, though, actually, Hotshot, because CLG, pretty much every year, you've come in with a new roster and a lot of potential. Now, everyone's shouting golden age nowadays, but I want to ask you personally, because last year, after your CLG failed to qualify for Worlds, you tweeted out this dramatic tweet. I knew all along what the problems were. I'm never going to let this happen again. Why is this year, after you carefully have crafted the team once again, why is this year the year for the golden age for CLG?
I mean, there's a lot of reasons behind it, but I think most of it comes from like the players in Skara. Skara has been like a huge factor of our success. Everybody on the team has like fallen to the very lows, so it makes them build characters so that they never go back there. You know, they know what it's like, and they've kind of built this toughness from it, and they know how to bounce back when you lose. And that's what makes a great team, is when you lose, how to come back. Because you can't always be at the top. You're not always going to be at the top. And like Reggie's going to find that out today.
Do you feel like you guys are still the underdogs after so many years of TSM winning North America?
Yeah, of course. Like we are the underdogs. I give Reggie props. You know, his team is good. His team is good, but we'll see today.
Well, both of your teams are competing at the highest level right now, tied for first place. So, Reginald, what do you feel is your team's greatest strength that has allowed them to rise to this level?
You know, I mean, we've had so many roster problems. Like, like you change rosters. We're always trying to fix things. We're always trying to make things better. And overall, at the end of the day, I think that we always persevere because of the dedication that we've instilled in our players. We're always telling them like our goal is to win Worlds, our goal is to be better, our goal is to push the NA scene forward, right? And so we're always looking forward. We're always trying to improve ourselves. Like with every single little mistake, we always pinpoint it. We always look at it. We always try to eliminate it. And we just don't stop at trying to be the best in NA. And I think that's one of the biggest reasons why we've been able to stay in the top 2 rankings for so long. It's mainly because we always try to constantly improve. And just like George is right. Like his team is a lot stronger this year, and a big reason is that they had really big lows last year. And you can see in their roster that they're playing a lot better. Link's playing a lot better, and they picked up Zion. He's a strong player too. Before, a big problem of why they'd lose is because people would center their comp. They would center way too much around doublelift, right? And he just couldn't carry the game. So obviously it's going to be the same today too, but it's going to be closer, of course.
Well, I like
that caveat.
I do like the extra pressure that you guys put on the game with the bet as well, though. You didn't give very many details in the bet. So I went out and I did some legwork, and I found a couple of color swatches here. Have you actually decided what shade of pink that you would like to color Reggie's hair, Hotshot? You're going to go really, really dark here, or more of like a distinguished look?
Yeah, like an understated.
I think it has to be like a really girly pink.
Ooh.
Like this one's really
Cotton
nice.
candy.
Okay. And what about on your side, Reginald? Yeah, that looks good.
Reggie, you can pick as well.
I think I'm going for hot pink.
There it is.
Oh,
Look at his hair; it's beautiful. Hot pink.
It'll contrast nicely with his skin tone, I believe. Well, that's pretty great.
Yeah, I do have actually one more tip for you guys. This is pretty much unrelated, but as the owners of the 2 most fined teams in North America, it's Nick Allen's birthday today. So if you want to get in good with him, then.
Oh my God!
I love you, Nick.
There it is.
I love you, Nick.
I promise to be a good boy.
I'll buy you some extra hair dye.
Well, I'll extend my happy birthday wishes to Nick Allen as well. But thank you, gentlemen, for your time. Best of luck to both of your teams. I really am looking forward to this pretty stellar matchup that we'll see a bit later in the day. But for now, let's pull up the standings to see where all of the teams fall in. Behind our 2 leaders, we've got Cloud9 and Team Liquid in 3rd place. Then grouped up in 5th, it's Gravity, Team 8, Impulse, and Winterfox. And rounding out the standings are Team Dignitas in 9th and Coast in 10th place. Now looking at today's schedule, however, we've got 5 games lined up, starting with Winterfox versus Cloud9, then Impulse will square off against Coast, and in our 3rd match, it's El Clasico with Counterlogic Gaming versus Team Solo Mid. After that, it's Gravity versus their former sister squad, Team Liquid, and we'll conclude the day with Dignitas versus Team 8. Now before we get into today's action, we're going to take a quick look back at a relationship